Deep in the heart of GitHub, something beautiful has occurred. A brand new shitcoin was born, forked from an existing coin with no changes or prospects for development. Within minutes, Cryptoroaches swarm the fresh shitcoin, gorging themselves on the worthless currency. Not all roaches are lucky enough to arrive in time for the feast. They are left to beg and squabble for handouts from their quicker counterparts. Some Cryptoroaches prefer to hoard their take, waiting and pestering for empty promises of exchange listings or partnerships. Others will dump their shitcoins immediately, much to the chagrin of their fellow roaches. Despite the differences in strategy, all Cryptoroaches share a complete lack of dignity and self-awareness. The desperate feeding frenzy may turn the stomachs of onlookers, but to a Cryptoroach, it's a way of life.
What's going on, guys? It's K-Dub here with another episode of Crypto Zombie. So I didn't actually make that intro, but I thought it was really funny, so I'll give credit in the description below if you want to check that out. Now, if we have a look today, you will notice that things actually had a surprising spring back, especially XRP. Now, this morning we were sitting at around exactly 200 billion, and it fell just a little bit below to 199. But the interesting thing is that you do notice that the Bitcoin dominance has fallen down a little bit. Now, XRP is doing very well today, up almost 18%. I don't really know what that's all about. You have Steam as well, Chainlink, Nano, Cybermiles, Golem, MCO Maker, Bitcoin Gold, and Stellar, all doing quite well today. Now, what's interesting is if we have a look over here, you'll see that we actually were sitting at a low of about 191 billion market cap yesterday. I think that was about the low point. And yeah, then we just sprung right back up. So there you guys go. Now, what's really interesting is we've been looking at this chart for how long, right? And right here is where we had that little dump, and it just, I mean, look at how low. You had that wick right there on the candle just stop. So I'm still looking at this line. I'm still hoping we can stay in here, and you know, if we zoom out and see what's going on, hopefully by the time we get here, well, you know, I mean, I'm hoping for the best. Now, let's move on and see what's been going on today in the news. So we have Hester Pierce, aka CryptoMom. So she says regulators need to hop out of their helicopters and onto the free range. So what does this exactly mean? Well, this is pretty interesting. Now, this is a huge thing. This is on the SEC. It's a website. It's a speech that she gave, very, 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 very long. I'm not going to go into it. But if I could go over the parts that I really enjoyed, the first was she says, in response to my dissent, I was informally dubbed Crypto Mom. I've always wanted to be a mother, so acquiring this new title was quite an honor. Admittedly, this is not the form of motherhood I envision, but one of the world aspects of motherhood is that children are quite different than their mothers anticipated that they would be. So she says, if I were a mother, I suspect that I would be a free-range mother rather than a helicopter mom. A helicopter mother hovers over the child in order to ensure the child's success, although this strategy often backfires. A free-range mother, by contrast, encourages her child to explore with limited supervision, which requires the acceptance of a certain level of risk, which is what she's saying to the SEC, that they actually have to start taking some of these risks, okay? So scrolling down here, now here's probably the most, well, one of the most important paragraphs. So it says, as the world becomes increasingly integrated, asset classes that were once uncorrelated grow more correlated. The shift creates an appetite for new asset classes that can help to diversify portfolios. Cryptocurrencies may be one such asset class. As with all other products, investors need to exercise care and judgment in choosing whether and how to invest in crypto. Klepto-crypto is a new way of stealing from investors, but investors can protect themselves by exercising an old-fashioned dose of skepticism. Currently, investors across cryptocurrencies primarily through direct purchases of the relevant cryptocurrency. Buying, holding, and selling cryptocurrencies requires some technical know-how, carries with it record-keeping headaches, and generally has to occur outside one's investment accounts. This complexity means that only a very particular type of investor can pursue the diversification opportunities such assets can provide. So, I mean, yeah, it's very long, but essentially she's kind of coming back. She's standing behind crypto. So she says basically the SEC just needs to take some more risks and just be more open-minded to some of this stuff moving forward, right? Now, here's another thing. So you have a survey from Coinbase that says 18% of US students now own cryptocurrencies. So granted, this was only a survey done with 675 students, but According to the survey, 21 of the top 50 U.S. universities, as ranked by the U.S. News and World Report, now offer a class on blockchain technology or cryptocurrency, and at least 11 colleges offer more than one. So they were talking to some teachers. This guy, Bill Maurer, he has a class as well. So if we scroll down here, they say, and at New York University, David Yermak from Stern School of Business said that to meet growing demand, his blockchain course will now be offered both semesters, which was originally only taught during one, according to a blog post. So during the first session of the course in 2014, only 35 students enrolled, but by today, in spring of 2018, he has around 280 students enrolled. So you're seeing this interest in cryptocurrencies definitely grow. And you can check this over here from Coinosaur. It says, with over 2.4 trillion sent in 2018, Bitcoin now processes more transaction value than Visa, which is only 1.3 trillion per year. So despite the recent bear market, over 200 billion in value is sent per month using Bitcoin. Here's another thing to note. So let's talk about this. So according to Bank of America's official data, the $302 billion bank charges $30 for outbound domestic wire transfers and $35 for outbound international wires sent in foreign currency. Here's what's interesting. FedWire, the official real-time gross settlement fund transfer system operated by the United States Federal Reserve Bank, allows banks to electronically transfer fund charges for around 25 cents per transaction. Well, that seems a little unfair. Now, check this out. Already since January, the transaction fee of Bitcoin has substantially declined less than $1. The median fee of Bitcoin hovered at around 10 cents per year, which is only 40% of the base fee of the FedWire and 300 times cheaper than the wire transfer fee of major banks. And the thing is, it will get cheaper because, for example, you could send $1 million in Bitcoin, or you can buy a cup of coffee for $10 and the fee would be roughly the same. So it's going to be some competition for these guys, especially with the Lightning Network coming out and all these other solutions. So I came across this article. I thought it would be something kind of just to cheer you guys up. I'll drop it below, but this is by Charlie Custer, and it says reasons to love the crypto bear market. So I've highlighted a few of the key things down here. The first thing is it weeds out scammers, right? And we know there's a lot of scammers because you've recently seen Elon Musk having to actually reach out to Jackson Palmer, the creator of Dogecoin, asking him for some help. He says if you can get rid of the annoying scam spammers, that would be much appreciated. So he has some updates here. He says we had a good chat on how Jack and the Twitter team should definitely automate and fix this problem. Anyway, getting back to the story though. So there's scammers in crypto, right? So they say while it's difficult to track down exact numbers, one study suggests that as many as 80% in 2017's ICO projects were scams, even though most of the year's ICO funding went towards legitimate projects. Scams and other types of fraud are just less profitable in the context of a bear market. Second, it weeds out the weak and poorly run projects. So a Boston College study found that more than half of ICO projects were dead within 4 months of raising funding. That suggests that an awful lot of incredibly weak projects were siphoning investors' attention away from the rest of the industry. Probably has a lot to do with why this situation happened in the first place. So every dollar invested into a soon-to-fail crypto coin is one that won't go towards supporting tokens that actually have a future, right? So reducing the number of weak projects on the market can ultimately only help those projects that do have a shot at success. And finally, you have third, the bear market puts the focus back on creating meaningful products. So people working in crypto now are a lot more likely to genuinely actually believe in the potential and value in what they're doing. There will be fewer quick buck teams, and that's going to result in fewer but better quality crypto products. So yeah, I mean, hence why I'm still here, you know? I mean, you really have to question, you know, what the heck are we still doing? There's obviously a reason that you and I are sitting here today on this video. We have a belief in this. We see the future of it. So those are some of the positives of the bear market. I thought that I would just kind of point that out for fun. Now let's get into some coin news today. We got to keep this train moving. So ClearPoll, they say, have you donated yet? We're donating up to $10,000 to a charity, and you decide which 5 receive our donation. So you have to search poll number 12797 in ClearPoll to vote. It's free, and every vote is a potential $1 donation. So I'm definitely going to do this when I get off. You guys should too. This is for a really good cause. And this is basically it right here. So this is where they donate. You can vote. And if you want, they have all these different charities. They have Feed the Children, Cool Earth, PETA, Red Cross. Yeah, there's a whole bunch in here. So you could definitely check that out as well. Moving on to some Icon updates. So we have Icon mainnet version 3 updated. Probably one of the most exciting things is you have the part 2 of the Yellowpaper released. This is going to go into the transaction fee and score operation policy. So they also had a lot of technical updates as well. But I'm definitely going to be diving into this. I want to review this. It comes out in 3 parts. So what I might do is I might just do like a part 1, part 2, part 3 kind of series. So yeah, definitely excited to dive into this as well. We also have Etheremon integrates Kyber's on-chain liquidity protocol. So this is really, really good for them because currently they only accept ETH and EMONT, which means players will have to first convert their ETH before they can access most of the game's services. Obviously, this is a pain in the ass, clearly, and could be a barrier for entry for new potential gamers. So by integrating with Kyber's on-chain liquidity pool, any online platform and crypto collectible games such as Etheremon can make its decentralized payments a lot easier. So now you can pay literally using any ERC20 token you want. They give some examples. You know, you have Basic Attention Token, Omise Go, whatever, MakerDAO's DAI, just to name a few. So that's going to be really great for players moving forward. Now, I wanted to talk about this because this is from Republic Crypto, which is one of these projects I actually meant to do like an interview with these guys, and we just kind of never got around to it. But essentially, they're actually allowing, you know, the everyday average investor to be able to invest in projects, but that's not really why I'm here. So you got to check this out. So this is Quarters. It's a new project. I'm not pumping this or anything, guys. It's obviously they've already raised the money that they're going to raise. I just found this out, and what I thought was so cool is it's this kid right here. This is this kid, George Weichsner. He's only 12 years old, and he's the CEO of this company that he's calling Quarters. So basically, the whole concept behind this is that he says it's annoying how when you play all these different games, like I'll give you an example, you know, like Temple Run. Like I had played Temple Run 1 and had amassed a ton of tokens, and then when I bought Temple Run 2, I couldn't transfer those tokens from Temple Run 1 to 2, so they were wasted. Well, this kid is trying to create a universal currency called Quarters, which you can use for all the different games. It's a clever concept. I don't know if it's going to work or not, but you got to give this kid some props, man, for, yeah. I don't know. It's interesting. Oh, and this video is really cool, by the way. I'm not going to go too into it, but let's see if I can actually load it.
The more you play, the more you're directly rewarded.
So
iOS, Android, JavaScript, Node.
I don't know. I liked it. It was cool. It was all like video gamey and stuff. So moving on, we have Merculet being listed on Kucoin. Actually, don't really have anything else to say about that, but it's listed. So hey, there you go. Get trading. Now, we have Streamr and Fysical to radically reshape road planning. Now, I've heard of both of these projects. Never really had a chance to super dive into them, but if you see right here, Streamr is a blockchain-based data platform. They're deepening the relationship with Fysical to use real-time aggregated location to more accurately inform and shape traffic models. So this is a real-world use case that blockchain could actually make a lot easier. So the collaboration is going to leverage the data from the mobile app on 10 million phones to enable the development of new and improved infrastructure in an industry that has largely relied currently on limited information. So I'm not sure if they actually have these 10 million people on right now or if that's just a future projection. But anyway, it says, through its collaboration with Fysical, Streamr demonstrates a significant use case of how data can be collected, modeled, and used to improve the delivery of transport planning services with the infrastructure industry. So you have Ben Shepard, head of partnerships at Streamr, said that building a traffic model, I guess, for example, he uses Georgia, using data sets obtained via Streamr Marketplace is a fantastic example of how Streamr is enabling data to be used in an improved way. So they do have a video right here. And then also when you come down here, it says, through its data marketplace, Streamr is rectifying the existing roadblocks to efficiently develop Bing traffic models. So among other features, the data marketplace enables national transport authorities to use vast amounts of traffic-related data that was previously difficult to access. So there you guys go. I mean, that's just more real-world use cases. See, like, these are the things that I actually see blockchain being used for. Some of these dApps that come out, you know, like, I don't really want to name any, but like, you know, Mr. Fix-It on the blockchain, or like just, I don't know. Some of them I just think we're not ready for them. I still think that we have to be more practical and use the blockchain in more realistic senses, you know, like supply chain logistics or ClearPoll with voting, or for example, doing something like this with developing more efficient traffic models, okay? So that is the stuff that really gets me excited. Now, moving on, this is pretty cool. You have MyCrypto has released details of an Ethereum transaction function that says it can help to actually schedule ICO investments while you're away, plan subscription payments, and even set reminders. Now, this is massive. One of the biggest things that we have right now that's a problem in crypto is not being able to have that reoccurring subscription model, right? Like in the real world, you subscribe to a newsletter or something, or a magazine, or you have your Netflix, right? And it's just automatic. But right now that's really difficult. So having something set up that can do automatic payments from a wallet for you, that is going to make it a lot easier moving forward as well. Now, speaking of well, you have My Ether wallet, MyCrypto, so this is the other half, right? Because they had that split a while ago. So they say that now they have a secure login app that's available for beta for iOS. And then it's app is now in beta for iOS update. Oh, update now available for everyone. So that must have been updated. Yeah, so everyone can actually use this right now. So the MEWConnect app allows users to log into the service without typing their private key. Basically like similar if you use a hardware wallet, you just plug it in, right? So that's important because inputting sensitive information like a private key can lead to an account being compromised. As we know this, you don't want to be sending your private key around all over the place in emails and text. So unlike Ledger and Trezor though, MEWConnect is free, which could help encourage more people to adopt better security practices, since My Ether wallet is a much trafficked website that says that they have around 600,000 visitors each day. I believe it. Honestly, I use it all the time for everything. But here's the funny story that came out. So moving on, it says that My Ether wallet records more hack attacks than all major banks in the world combined. So we hate our centralized systems over here, but the problem is when you start using something like this, you do realize that the hackers are going buck wild, guys. So it says that these statistics put MEW among the top companies that are the most exposed to a blow like this. So you have this guy over here, you have SEC. So it looks like they're looking to help them right now. But they did respond and say, we want our users to feel safe and we do everything we can to make that happen. So partnering with SEC is another major step towards safeguarding our users from malicious actors, right? Now, here's another thing. So obviously decentralized exchanges, they're huge, they're hot topics. Everyone's interested in it. Everyone wants to get on these DEXs, but we unfortunately would rather just trust our information with people like Binance because it's a lot safer because they'll cover it, right? Whereas when these hacks happen, you're basically screwed. But here's an interesting story that unfolded. So you have a new attack on a decentralized exchange called Newdex. Now, I've actually never heard of this one before, but it says this was not a typical attack. Basically, the hackers actually flooded the exchange with as much as 1 billion fake EOS tokens, which they themselves created. So the tokens were created on the EOS platform and also named EOS. So through their use, the attackers illegitimately bought IQ, Black, and ADD tokens from the exchange. Additionally, they admitted that they also had as many as over 11,800 fake orders that were issued using these EOS tokens. So here's the issue. The scammers traded the fake EOS for real EOS, gaining around 4,028 EOS coins, or approximately $20,000 on Bitfinex. The worst losses were experienced by the Newdex users, which cost around $58,000 in total. So, while the exchange team has apologized for the incident, they have not released any plans on compensating anyone yet, which I personally think that they definitely should compensate the people that had their funds stolen. But then again, decentralized exchanges, right? That's that fear. That's what happens when we sign up for these. So here's the other issue. The first one is that anyone can make their own tokens on EOS and name them anything that they want, including EOS. The second includes the fact that Newdex doesn't require smart contracts. That way, it's not possible to actually confirm the tokens pumped into the system are actually what they seem to be. So this is where the not conspiracy comes in, but the concern comes in. This is due to the fact that the developers are using the popularity of decentralized exchanges and dressing to pose as one. So some people are saying that they're not even really a DEX. So what's more, the community proved that Newdex isn't a real DEX several days before the incident, stating that Scatter is presented as a trading and login interface so that it would look like a DEX. The reality is that the users are sending funds to regular EOS accounts that don't have any kind of smart contract running on them. So that was a lot to take in, but I think there's a lot that we can learn from this type of a situation, okay? Be careful of who you're getting involved in. Definitely do your own due diligence. Are these people even really actually a DEX? So definitely be very, very careful. Now, I had an opportunity to look online, and I found weiDEX. Now, this is, I don't think anyone's even talking about these guys right now. So I had an opportunity to look at them, and they might just be, in my opinion, one of the biggest competitors up and coming for decentralized exchanges. Now, obviously, going over all of these basics, they have things that most of them have, no withdrawal or deposit limits, no trade limits, secure, transparent, et cetera, right? But here's what really got me when I came down here. So It says that the weiDEX token has a plethora of use cases, not just used for just trading. So you reduce fees by 50%. So this is something that we're familiar with clearly with Binance, right? But you also get to participate in community voting for new tokens. The WDX can be used as payment methods for new tokens as well. You can swap between both the Ethereum and other smart contract platforms. So this sounds pretty cool. So you should be able to go through all these different, types of blockchains. So for example, I assume that would be like Neo, Icon, things of that nature. And then they also say that you can receive airdrops as well. Now, here's some really cool stuff. So they have cross-chain transactions, like I said, airdrops. They have a bear and bull bomb, which I think is similar to like the nuke button that Crypto Curve is doing as well. You also have the crumb cleaner, which is just like Binance's dust cleanup button as well. And they're doing a token burn. So they're doing, when they're stored in specific fee address where they will be burned at a rate of 1% biannually, the full extent of weiDEX tokens burn policy will eventually decrease the token supply by 50%. So this is very similar to the success of the Binance model as well. And they have a screenshot over here. It looks really sleek, really clean. And this is the actual beta from the website. So I came over here to their decentralized exchange website, and you can actually click on this and check it out right here. So I'm definitely interested in seeing what these guys do. I haven't seen too much information on it, but I'm keeping my eyes open because they sound like they're going to be one of the biggest competitors. I mean, in here they say that one of their biggest competitors is IDEX. So moving forward, let's talk about this. So Palestinians are using Bitcoin to transact across borders amid conflict. So, you know, I'm not really going to go too into this article, guys, but yeah, great use case for cryptocurrencies. I'll definitely drop this below. Like, we've obviously seen what it's done for Venezuela, what it's done for what it's doing for Turkey and all these other countries. So yeah, you know, whether it be Nano, whether it be Bitcoin, whether it be Ethereum, you know, just in general, getting cryptocurrencies into the hands of these countries that especially desperately need these to avoid whatever it is, whether it be the government slamming down on them or the fact that their actual currency is completely devalued, right? So I'll leave this in the description below. You guys could definitely have a look at that. Also, you have NASDAQ plans to acquire European fintech Cinnobar for 190 million. So what is Cinnobar? Well, it says that they're a major Swedish financial technology group and clearinghouse globally. So the firm has recently partnered with BitGo Blockchain, who we just talked about yesterday, security company which offers enterprise-grade Bitcoin wallet solutions. By partnering with BitGo, Cinnobar can employ BitGo's wallet technology to provide end-to-end institutional-grade solution. Cinnobar's acquisition efforts strengthen NASDAQ to get into the cryptocurrency trading. The statement justifies because Cinnobar's BitGo platform best suits for large institutional investors in NASDAQ. All right. And if that doesn't make you laugh, well, so apparently somebody took this guy, this is Bitcoin Fund Manager, whatever. He says you have two options. You can short or you can long. Getting a little provocative over there with the hey, I don't know, they're just messing around. So that being said, guys, I want to say thanks again for coming back to the channel. So I do have an interview with the CEO, William Quigley of Wax, coming out this afternoon. I'm excited about this one because I had a chance to sit down with Engine Coin, and now I have a chance. Probably the biggest competitor to Engine Coin would be Wax. So I'm going to really see the difference between these two different projects. And yeah, definitely looking forward to that. You know what would be really interesting would be to get these two guys in the same room and have them go, you know, head to head and really talk about the future of ERC 721, non-fungible tokens, and the future of blockchain gaming as is. So that being said, guys, as usual, I want to say thank you so much for coming back to my channel. You guys are freaking awesome. I hope you're enjoying your day. Hopefully the markets don't treat you too bad. It looks like we're kind of level right now. Trying to find our way in that wedge right now. It's getting to do or die day, so we'll see what happens. So anyway, thank you so much for coming back. I freaking love you guys. My name's K-Dub. This is Crypto Zombie. Until next time, stay crypto. And peace out.